the first question was, do we need to speak English as a native does as far as pace and intonation? I think that what you said is valid. But I think that this thing with pace, speed of speech, right, is related to our first language. I think that people who speak fast in the first language will speak fast in the second language. Maybe. I don't know if that happens always. But I think that when I speak in English, I speak at the same speed of my native language, you know? Maybe this difference is bigger when people are learning. Like when I was learning English, I used to speak slowly because I was learning English, you know? But nowadays, I think that my pace is just the same as in my native language, you know? I don't think it is necessary for us to speak like natives, you know? But we have to be intelligible. By that I mean like you have to be understood, as you said, and make yourself clear. Sometimes people even use the thing like your accent makes your identity, you know. So there are many people who have the opportunity to develop their English like natives, either by living there in a native speakers country for a long time, or by getting in touch with them, but they do not want to develop their speech like they're speaking with like native speakers. They want to have their identity in their language, you know. I think that's good. That's something. It's like stylish, you know, to have your accent from your native language in English. I think it's interesting. That's my opinion about it.
Mm-hmm.
So do I have to choose a person now?
Please.
So I'm gonna go with Jenny.
All right, let's go. I don't think we need to speak like a native when it comes to pace or intonation. What I think that it is important, and as you both guys already said, it is important to work on our pronunciation because we want to be understood. We are not English native speakers, and that's going to be with us forever. But we want to be understood. We want to understand, and we want to be understood. So it's important to work in the pronunciations of the words so people can actually understand our ideas. But when it comes to pace, if we're speaking too fast, or if you're speaking slowly, or if you have an accent or not, I guess this is something that you decide to change. It's up to you. It's not like you need to change. You can totally live in like USA for 40 years and keep your own accent. If everyone there can't understand you, why would you change your accent? Of course, if you want to change your accent, that's up to you. You can. We're not saying that you can't. But I guess this thing of like imitating a native, the pace of a native or the intonation, I guess it's just a cherry on top. The main goal must be, okay, I want to be able to express my ideas. I want to be able to say what's in my mind into words, and I want to be understood. Those things are being accomplished. Awesome. I can work on my accent. I can work on my speed. I can work on my intonation. But I guess, firstly, let's just focus on being understood.
Right. Can you pick the next one, please?
Let me see. I'm going to take Carina.
I knew you were going to pick me. I saw it. Okay. First, I would like to say, you know, where I come from. I'm from the Dominican Republic, because I know some of you are from Brazil. But for example, I don't know where you are from, Jenny. And
Bahia.
you want to come and say hi? No? Okay. That was my sister.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so do we need to speak English as a native does as far as pace and intonation? Why and why not? I think we we are not natives, right? And we will have a different accent. Maybe we can achieve, you know, to have a native accent at some point, but it is not mandatory. That's what I believe. And I see many people trying to have it or feeling bad because they don't speak like natives when they actually don't have to. They have their own accent and their own way of speaking. Also about intonation and pace, like I said, I don't think it is mandatory in any way to speak like other people do, as long as they can understand you and you can understand them. Some people speak faster than others. And I think that practice and constant interaction with people will help you have that ability to understand quick and to reply quicker or quick too. So my final response is no. Thank you.
All right.
My victim, right. My victim is going to be the last lady we have here, Luana Leal.
Okay,
Right
so,
away.
yeah. Yeah, so I think that it depends on the public, who you're speaking to. In the case, if you're a teacher, you have to really pay attention to speaking correctly. And if you're speaking to other native speakers or people who are advanced, yeah, you can relax more and speak faster or using the intonation you want. But I think that the intonation, it adds to the message. The intonation is important to the message. So if you use the wrong intonation to what people are used to, because a question has an intonation and an affirmation has a different intonation. So if you use the wrong one, some people can get confused. Depends on the context, depends on the phrase. So sometimes it can confuse people and get in the way of being understood. So if gets in the way of you being understood, so yes, you need to correct something. If not, the important is sending the message, being understood. And other thing is that the way we talk as non-native speakers, it does affect the way what people think about you. It's a bit of a prejudice. Unfortunately, it happens. It's a problem, but it happens. So some people, depending on the work, depending on their job, they choose to have a more native-like speech, to be taken more seriously. Unfortunately, if they want to succeed in their jobs, they have to do it because of prejudice. So if it affects your work, it's something that you have to do. So yeah, it's not necessary for communication, but depends on what you do, what you want to do. It's going to be necessary.
I'd like to compliment something that I found out recently. There are some jobs on US that actually they offer to you a course to how can I say, to know your accent, you know, to reduce your foreign accent, because the job they don't want people who's got an accent, who's got their native accent. So they offer like, oh, you're going to attend to this course for this amount of months in order to literally lose your accent. So it's just like I said, there are works that we need to work on our pronunciation and get it to a native-like level, depending on what we're going to do. Yeah.
Luana,
I think, okay.
No, you can say. Hey.
I was going to say that I think some actors and actresses do that to lose their accent. For example, people from the UK, if they try to act in an American movie, they actually study to lose their accent or to imitate another accent, and it is possible.
I guess Rihanna did that because her native English accent is really, really strong. So in order to like be successful as she is nowadays, she needed to work on her pronunciation to be more likely, more like American. Rihanna, a famous singer, yeah, because she's from a place. She's a native English speaker, but her accent is really, really strong, and she needed to lose it because of this show business.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Okay, but I'll let everybody speak because Rafael didn't go yet, and there are two other participants that didn't go, so I'll say it later.
All right.
Rafael, can you give your opinion on the topic?
Well, I think it depends on the person. I think if you are able to make yourself clear, it's a win-win. You know, learning a new language, it's so simple. You just need to communicate and be understood. If you do that well, it's a win-win. So, but that's why I'm telling it depends on the person. Today, for example, I was watching a Spider-Man movie, and there's a guy that he is always saying in the movie, "Get out of here." So it's really fast, you know. If someone wants to speak like that, like do this reduction, it's up to you, you know. So I like to do that. I like to speak like a native, but I don't want to lose my accent. I like to be Brazilian. I love being Brazilian. So, but I think intonation is really important. It depends. It doesn't matter which level are you at. Intonation is really important. You need to stress the right syllable in the right word, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, this week I was listening to a microbiologist. He's from India, and he went to the United States when he was 13 years old, I think. And like Geni has just told us, many people, they take some courses to improve their accent, their pronunciation. And this guy, he was from India. He speaks English, and he needed to lose his accent. And right now he speaks like an American. He doesn't seem like an Indian speaker. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Abdul, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
We're talking about speaking as fast as a native speaker. Do you think that we should do that as non-native speakers, as language users?
Okay, so first of all, hi everybody. This is Abdul with you here from Morocco. So concerning this topic, I find that it's really interesting. So we know that singing is art. When we hear a singer singing, we love this voice. It's the same to me. I loved English by how it sounds. You know, I started learning English because I was motivated how it sounds. I like it so much. So language, to me, it's not just words to repeat. It's a meaning. It's how to say it. It's how to express anger, to express how to show are you happy or are you surprised or something like that. So the native speaker respect these things, how to express these things. So to me, I think learning this language is learning all these things, not just word. You know, is also to have a good pronunciation. You know, to me, it's great to learn pronunciation. If I learn a native speaker pronunciation, it does not mean that I will lose my personality. No, I will have another personality that's mine. I have my personality in I'm Moroccan, and when I speak Arabic, I have my personality, Moroccan personality. I try English. I try to earn other personality that will help me a lot to feel happy, to feel that I can have many personalities because I can express my in different way. To me, I think it's obligatory to everybody. This is my opinion. Everybody who is learning, try to learn all pronunciation. That not means you will lose your personality. And I wanted to say other thing. Yes, I forget. I'm so sorry. I want to add other thing, but I think I will tell you when I remember that. Thank you, Giza, to give me this opportunity to show you my opinion.
All right. Just one thing here, guys. Can you see a person called Hamza there?
On the group or here?
Yeah, he's telling me that I'm not allowing him to be in the meeting because
it was the same. It was the same to me because when you sent me the link for this class, I request to be with. I wait for I think more than 20 minutes. I think it's the same to him.
So there's no Hamza person there showing to you.
No.
Hamza is from Morocco, I think, too.
Yeah,
he's trying to join us.
His name here because I have allowed anyone to be here, you know. But anyway,
okay.
I'm gonna anyway,
I understand.
This thing out by myself because this is my first time here. So woo! So I want to bring up something that Geni, Carina, and Luana they have talked about accents and
Giza.
Yes.
I think Lucas is online. Is Lucas there?
Yeah, but he is here, but his camera is off.
All right. I thought he was.
I can see everybody here. Like he's off. He's black.
Okay.
He doesn't appear to me, nor does Hamza. So I'm working things out by myself here. Anyway. So I was wondering, what do you feel about strong accents and what's the definition of a strong accent? What it is about? Like, how would you describe people that have strong accents?
Who wants to go first?
Yes, you can go, Jenny.
I think that the definition for a strong accent is that accent that you have from your native language into your second language you're trying to speak. And this accent is strong when you're basically speaking the foreign language with your native language completely. Just like we say when we're trying to speak Spanish with the Portuguese accent, and we call it Portugal. So I feel like that should be kind of the definition of a strong accent, is when the way you pronounce the words of a foreign language is kind of similar to the way how you would say it in your native language, those foreign words.
Great. Anyone?
Okay. Can I
Yes, of course.
say something?
Yeah.
So I think everybody has an accent. Every place has an accent, even in native speakers, because even, for example, in the UK, depending on which part the person is from, they are going to have a different accent and pronounce the words differently. The vowels and the consonants is going to be different. And even the intonation will be a little bit different. So it's something that, so if it's very, very characteristic of that place, is a strong accent. It can be native or it can be your second language. I had a friend from Dublin, and he went to New York, and people there in New York say they couldn't understand him because of his accent, his Irish accent. So it's something that even native have to deal with. And when we learn as a second language, I think we have a lot of work, because we have to learn a little bit of lots of accents. So it's something that it's not just us who have a problem. Natives too.
I've got a better definition, but I'll say later.
You can say right now.
Can I say right now?
Not off the topic, so go ahead.
It's going to be really quick. Thanks to what Luana just said, I think the definition, a better definition for a strong accent is like you have a standard accent, like we like to talk, like a standard English, and the strong accent is that accent that is kind of far away from this standard pronunciation. So when it's way too far, I guess we can consider like a person having a strong accent. Like, for example, the Irish people, the way they speak, it's standard for them. But when we talk about English as an international language, the standard pronunciation doesn't look like the Irish English at all. So we consider them having like a strong accent.
Can I say something?
Yes,
yep.
Of course.
I was going to suggest to you guys, I'm going to post it later in the group, one interview with Salma Hayek, because we have seen lots of movies with Salma Hayek, but she, have you ever heard her speaking informally, like giving an interview? She has a very strong accent. She is Mexican, if I'm not mistaken. And she has a really strong accent that we cannot see in the movies, But talking formally to the host of the show that she was giving an interview, she showed her strong accent, So I think that, as I told you before, it is sometimes related to the matter of identity, She wants to identify herself like speaking with that strong Mexican accent, and I think it's so beautiful, her accent. And I think talking about standard language and standard accent, actually, naturally, how can I explain that to you guys? It's like that. Standard languages, they are not natural, let's say, because accents everybody has. Everybody has accents. What happens is sometimes one variant of English becomes the standard, and then we have these statues of standard. Like it's kind of like a social issue. It's like in Brazil, we have the standard Portuguese that we use in the academy, for example, but it is something that was built from non-standard languages from the past, like somehow they have gained the status, and then became the standard, So I think it depends on the context. It's something related to context, because if you are talking informally, maybe you don't want to be that standard, You don't want to be that standard if you're talking informally. But if you're presenting something, you must be sure to use the standard, what is considered the standard language. It is something very interesting, this thing related to standardizing. It's interesting. That's what I wanted to say.
Can I add something here? I think it's something that to give a lot of thought on, because I'm learning English, let's say, for the first time, and I identify more with the American accent. So, but I also kind of pick up some words that are from like British accent myself, like when I get to speak the word world and try to distinguish with world and word, like, I don't know how to say this into English. I have a trouble saying that, like, you know what I mean? World, like globe, the globe around.
Oh.
And,
the planet.
And like, yeah, word, you know? I try to say word. But I know I cannot say this in American English. I don't know how to say it. So I kind of try to mix it, whatever fits better, whatever feels better in my mouth, you know? I do have a hard time with the R sounds. So if I say word, it's better for me because I say that I know that I have trouble saying that word. So, I mean, I kind of mixing. If I keep doing that, we'll be mixing the accents, you know? And that would be nice because I will have another accent, my Brazilian accent, into this kind of messy thing, right? That's why speaking a foreign language is so goddamn interesting. But I think the problem gets when you kind of get misunderstood by others, you know? I think strong accent has to do with not being understood. When you refer to another person that has strong accent, because you probably don't understand that person. You have a hard time understanding that person. Am I right here?
Yep, I guess they are. Like, for example, I met a friend that she used to tell me that she could not understand, she was American. She was American, and she could not understand the people from Atlanta at all. Like, at all. I guess she was from, I don't remember, Arizona, some place like this. And she had like cousins and some friends from Atlanta, and she cannot understand them at all. Like, they would say a full sentence, she will only catch like a word or two because of their accent, their strong accent.
In the US, right? With the different accents there.
Exactly.
Too. Yeah. And about, I mean, regarding speaking like a native, what I think is it's kind of interesting knowing how they speak, you know, because they, just like we as native, you know, native Portuguese speaker or whatever, or Moroccan Portuguese speaker, right? We like reduce the words when we speak, right? And it's kind of interesting knowing how a native speaker produces the sounds, because actually when I watch movies with no subtitles, I have a hard time to understand because they use lots of reductions. So if I understand how a native speaker actually speaks, you know, I'm going to be able to watch a movie with no subtitles. I'm going to be able to watch a YouTube interview with no subtitles, right? So that's why I think it's kind of, I want to speak like a native. Oh no, you have to have your own accent. But at the same time, it's important understanding how they speak, how they speak, how they blend words together, right? Yeah, so let's go for the next question, okay? It's related to what we're talking about right now. It's, what kind of accents do you have a hard time to understand? Is that the next one? Oh my God. Kind of. Let me read here, I'm sorry. Do you have trouble understanding different accents and why? Let me see. If I have trouble, yes, I have trouble understanding people from UK, with the different countries there, actually Australian people, you know, sometimes Americans. That's pretty much it, you know, from the standard, like from these people that have English as a native language. That's it. How about you, Jenny?
Well, I have a hard time. I used to have a hard time trying to understand the UK people, but now I'm getting used to it. But I still cannot understand the Cockney English, like I said in the other meeting. The Cockney English is something out of this world, really. Like, they use a lot of expressions that basically doesn't make sense, but for them it does, of course. With the different, like, we have this, let's say, stereotypes for the UK English, like the R sound, the I don't know, like the last syllable is like, I'm gonna say no, you're gonna say no, like a kind of a melody, you know. the Cockney English, it destroys this stereotype. They pronounce the R.
I'm sorry. What is this English?
It's English. What is this English? They destroy they pronounce the R. They don't pronounce many letters in a sentence. This sound like if I'm saying hot, the word hot, they would say this word in a totally different way. I don't remember now how they say that, like hot or hot. The th sound, the. They pronounce it as f, like think, thought. It's not like the. So the basic rules of the English, they just annihilate it. And I have a hard time understanding the Australian one too, but I'm getting used to it because I watch like Australian YouTubers. One thing that I think it's really funny that the R sound and the last syllable is way too over pronounced, if I can say it like this. Like instead of saying, I'm gonna take the word no, instead of saying, oh no, they like to say no. We're going. They like to express too much the final syllables.
You want to add more things, Luana? I think we're going to say something, right? Luana?
Yes.
You're going to say something, or just
Yes.
Why not say anything?
Oh. Doggy.
No, I think it's a bit this Cockney accent is a bit posh, like people who are like rich, you know. So there is a certain personality. When you hear, you have an assumption about the person that they are very fancy. But yeah, the UK, some many students, they say that the hardest is the UK accent. Then it's harder than American. But I think it's easier to talk. I think it's easier to speak because you don't have to do the rolled thing, to roll the tongue. Yeah. So I think it's easier.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. At the beginning, I learned British English, you know, so I thought that English was easy, and then I was introduced to the American English. But I realized that English from the UK, now like everyday English, is quite hard. So I'm gonna go over to Abdul, right? Abdul and Carina, okay? Because they are foreigners, so we are like here, Brazilians, having this thing here. But Abdul, do you have trouble understanding different accents?
Really, when I talk with many people from different countries, I don't find any problem understand them. But I find with those who doesn't talk English correctly, you know. I know that, for example, Indian people, they talk English. When they try to talk English, they talk it fastly, you know, because in their language they talk fast. It's they don't when they try to talk English, they don't try to talk like a native speaker. Just they make a translation, the words translation the same way they make it. So I don't find any problem about that. And yes, you talked about the difference between British English and American. I'm sorry, British accent and American accent. To me, it was near to me British accent because there are many sounds. We have it in Arabic too, and we can pronunciate easily. But I think to Moroccan people, it's American accent. It's a little bit hard to us. So you were talking about different strong accents. And I think Caro mentioned that an actor, it's not the same when he talks in the movie and in his real life. Yes, it's not the same because he tried to play a role, so he need to change his personality. And also here to not struggle learning English, we need to learn from formal language in the first step, formal language, because there are also slang. Slang, it's a language that's used in the street, and there are many constructions, and it's hard to understand in the first step. So the first thing that we need to do and to focus on formal language, and try after that to understand slang and to be calm in while learning it. I think yes, two years ago I thought that talking like a native speaker, it's impossible. Talking like American person, it's impossible. This is what I was thinking. But I saw a guy is also from Morocco. He told when he started talking, I didn't even know that he is from Morocco. But then he talked in Arabic, and he told people that he is living here in Morocco, and he has never been in USA or other country that he was using English. He was just here in Morocco, and he talk like native speaker. In this time, I decided that me and everybody can talk like a native speaker. Yes, thank you.
That is true.
Amazing feedback. Carina?
Well, what can I say that has not been said? In my personal experience, I have talked to people that are from the same country, and yet I can understand some people I can understand in an easier way some people, and others I struggle a little bit, because it's not only about where you come from, it's also like your personal accent and the way you talk. Even in my country, there are people that when they talk, you cannot really understand them because they speak too fast or because they cut the words. And well, but related to accents, UK, also Canadian accents, but like I said, I think that it has to do with personal accents, because I have some friends from Canada, and there's one I struggle to understand, and I think it's because he speaks too fast, and also he kind of he uses a lot of slangs. But I have another friend, an old lady, and I can understand her very well. But it has to do with that. Also, people that are foreigners or people that are non-native speakers, I struggle to understand them because they include their own accent to the second language. I have a couple of cases, but usually is that. It's not always the case. So I don't really have a specific accent. I can say, oh, I don't understand this, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't understand people from Ireland. I'm pretty sure because I have seen some videos and it's like everybody in their own country, even if they share the same language like Spanish or English or Portuguese, they have slangs, they have some expressions that are only used in that place, and you may feel out of context when you're talking to them.
Definitely.
I'm very sure that maybe that would happen to you guys that are from Brazil with people from Portugal. because it can happen to me.
Portugal, terrible.
It can happen to me. I'm from the Dominican Republic, and we have many countries speaking Spanish, and yet you can get lost in, not in translation, but you can get lost in a sentence or in the meaning of something because they use a different word for, you know, something else. They use the same word for something else. That's what I meant. So I cannot say a specific accent, but I have encountered, you know, different people with whom I had, the situation going on. And I want to add that I never noticed it before, but a friend of mine told me that when I speak English, I sound different. It's like if I assume a different personality. I'm the same, but the way I speak, it sounds different. And then I was like kind of switching both languages to know if I could realize that, but I don't. But he saw that. Well, that's my answer. Sorry if it's not too clear, but that's how I have felt.
We got it. Sorry.
Thank you.
Me.
Can we go over to Lucas because he's there just silent, quiet for
Okay,
yeah.
okay, let's go with Lucas.
Hey, Lucas, you're there.
Muted, right? Hello, Lucas.
Good night, everyone. I would like to hear Ícaro first. He's really excited. Let him speak.
I was
used not to speak, but anyway, let's go.
all right. I was just going to say something very quickly. I think that as non-native speakers, we get anxious because we want to understand every single variety of English, you know. And sometimes we don't realize that we don't understand every single variety of our own language, you know.
Exactly.
So we get anxious. Sometimes for no reason, you know. That's why intelligibility is so important, you know. When you are talking to people that you know they are from different regions from your own native language or from the language that you are sharing in common in that moment. That's why you have to be as intelligible as possible. That's what I wanted to say. So Lucas, it's your turn.
Just before I speak, you said that when we are speaking to other people, we have to be as, I didn't hear.
Oh, we have to be as intelligible as possible. Like make yourself understandable, and they understand the others. You know, like intelligibility.
Yeah, I get it. So, Giza, can you repeat the question? I arrived a little late.
I'm not gonna repeat the question because you're late. I'm gonna skip it up to another member here. Just joined the meeting. He's Hansa. Hansa, can you hear us?
She said that she's trying to fix her audio.
He's been trying to join us for quite a while, so.
Yeah. He's trying to fix his audio.
Must be something wrong with his audio anyways. Let's see how it goes. I'm just kidding. Lucas, I'm just kidding. Where are you?
my sister is over here and she heard you with me and she was like, come on, Lucas, you don't know the question. You gotta know the question.
Okay, Lucas.
Just 1 second, be right back.
Do we have trouble understanding different accents and why?
Yes, I can't understand Portuguese from Portugal. For me, it's impossible, and I think they speak another language.
Yes.
English accents, please, not Portuguese. Talking about focus, stay focused.
About English accent, I have seen some people from, I think it was probably Southern USA, and they speak like differently, and I think it's not so easy to understand. I can't make a good imitation. I can't try to speak like them, but it's different and it's hard. It's one that I have trouble understanding. UK, that you guys said it, I think it's beautiful, and I don't have a lot of problem understanding it. From Canada, oh, and this UK does not include Cockney, because I don't think that's English. And from Canada, I have no idea. What have I seen from Canada? From Australia, I think it's good. Yeah. And the accent, all of you are just great. So
I think Canadian
you guys
accents.
are intelligent.
Canadian accent is as similar as Americans, just with a little bit of details, you know?
Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch.
But it's quite similar.
I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful accent. Just anyway, let's go over to Rafa. Rafa, what about you? And then we cover this. We're done with this question after Rafa's reply. Do you have trouble with accents?
I used to struggle with British accent because I'm more focused on American accent. When I started my English journey, actually I was focusing on American accent, and I stopped listening to British accent because I started to imitate them, and I wanted to copy American accent. I used to talk like, I can't do this, or you know, no, you can do this. So that's why I struggle with British accent. Australian accent is really similar to British accent. Scottish accent is really difficult.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think it's the worst.
It's the worst.
Because no one in the world understands them.
Yeah, that's right. But I know when someone is from India. I know when someone is from UK or from Africa. These days ago, I was talking to someone in Africa, and yeah. But I still struggle with British accent. That's my biggest weakness, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone wants to add more things here? Because we're done with this topic. I'm gonna shift into a new one. Okay. So last meeting, no one say anything, right? Okay. Silence. Quiet. Shut up. I'm just kidding. You're my slaves. So last meeting, we had a conversation on storytelling, taking from movies, songs, and books. I think that we enjoy ourselves by talking about books rather than I guess movies, and about songs and lyrics. We're not so excited about it. They were not so into music, I guess. I would like to have a conversation on lyrics, for music that I dig, but that's not the main topic for today. It's just storytelling. So Geni wanted to talk about something here. He wants to share storytelling taken from anime that he loves so much. And we're gonna feedback Geni if you want to, okay?
Yep, I want.
Go ahead, Geni. Can you tell us a story taken from this anime that you love so much?
Yep, it might take a little bit of time because I got a whole script here. But here we go. For those who don't know, if my dog helps me, for those who don't know, anime is an expression for Japanese animation. I guess I'm gonna close the door real quick here. My dog's not helping me at all. And the anime that I'm about to talk about, it's called Okami Kodomo no Ame to Yuki.
Okay.
But don't worry, there is an English name for that. The English name for this anime is Wolf Children. Way more shortened than the Japanese name. And basically it's about a woman called Hannah. she's a university student, and she falls in love with a man, basically a classmate. But his name is not given in the movie for some reason. And they fall in love, they marry, and they have 2 children. But the plot twist in this relationship is that the man is not a human completely. He's a wolf. So they have 2 children. They have a son and a daughter. The son's name is Aim, and the daughter's name is Yuki. And one day, their father is found, like those sewage streams, like where there is dirty water streaming on the street, They found him dead. Probably he was run over. That's something in the story that was not clarified, was like a mystery. But he was found dead in his wolf form. I guess he was run over, or maybe he drowned. And after this event, Hannah's life gets really crazy because now she has to raise 2 children by herself, being a university student, and worse, their children are hybrid. That means like they're human and wolf. And the things get crazy because since they're just children, they cannot control their powers. So every now and then they're just turning into wolves and messing the house. And to add insult to the injury, she still has to hide from other people that they're wolves. And going through this hardship, she decides to like move to the mountains where it's away from the city. She can raise their children freely. They can run around. They can be wolves. They can be human. But that's the moment that something kind of bad starts to happen, because Yuki, the daughter, she wants to be a completely human, but she doesn't have that much of freedom because she's a wolf. And the kid, the son, Aim, he wants to be a completely wolf, but Hannah doesn't want to let him go. And then what happened is Hannah decides to sign Yuki for a school. And she goes to the school. She meets a lot of friends. She can hide from others that she's a wolf pretty well in the beginning. But there is a freaking kid called Sohei Fuji that approached her and says like, "You don't smell like human. You smell like dog." And she's like, "No, I cannot find out the truth." And then she tries to push him away, like avoid him, but he starts following her everywhere around the school. And there's a moment that he grabs her by the wrist in a way that hurts her. And by reflex, she turns into a wolf and attacks him in the ear. And that is one more problem for the poor Hannah. They go to the judge. The police are involved, and at the moment that the police is questioning Sohei, he's like, "I didn't see what happened, but I'm pretty sure I was attacked by a wolf." But he knew, and by the moment he knew that Yuki was a wolf, but he didn't want to give her away. And from that time on, they start to develop kind of a friendship. He apologizes, she apologizes, and I start shipping them because it gets really cute, the relationship. But he ends up well, and they're good friends forever. On the other side of the story, there is Aim, who wants to be a completely wolf. What happens is, Aim doesn't go to school. He decides to wander around the forest, around the mountain, in order to embrace his nature, his wild nature. And he finds a wild wolf who is kind of caged. Probably he was hunted by hunters. And he saves them. He saves him. And when he frees the wolf, he starts to train with this wild wolf. This wild wolf, he doesn't talk. It's his totally animal. And Aim follows this wolf around, training. He returns home every day hurt with a lot of scratches and bleeding. And by the end of the movie, suddenly Aim, he disappears. Like he goes out and it doesn't go back anymore. And then Hannah goes after him. Like, where is he? And she finds him like up in the hill with this wild wolf. They're like together. And Aim just looks at his mother and says something like, I want to be completely wolf or something like this. And at that moment, Hannah finally decides like, okay, I cannot keep him. I cannot overprotect him because it's his nature. I have to accept it. And then she just says like something like, very well, and that's it. Aim finally embraces this wild nature. And basically that's the main story of this anime. It's not a series, it's a movie, because there is the series like it's made of episodes, but in this case it's a movie. I guess it's 2 hours long, 2:30 maybe, something like this.
Is it
But that's the story.
Beastars? No? What's the name of
No,
it?
Beastars is different. It's a
Oh, yeah,
wolf just with animals.
Yeah, it's totally animals Beastars.
But there
By
is
the
a
way,
wolf.
I loved it.
So what is the moral of the story, Jenny? What do you think is the message of this movie?
But one of the messages I think is that I guess even if you are born an animal or a human, I guess you can choose your path. I mean, you can if you have 2 options, you were born as a hybrid. You can choose, regardless of what society thinks, what your family thinks. If you choose a path and you're pretty sure that you want to follow that path, you can do it. That worked for Yuki, who wanted to be a human, even though she was a wolf. And that happened to Aim, that wanted to be a wolf, even though he was a human. And they just followed their different paths. I guess
in the forest if you want.
Yeah. I guess the shortened version of the moral will be, you can choose your own destiny. That's it.
You also can choose who to be, I think.
Yeah.
One question for you, Jenny. Do you watch it in Japanese or in English?
I watch it in English. With the audio in English. I found on YouTube in English. But I tried watching in Portuguese and in Japanese, but with the subtitles. But the first time that I watched it was in English.
You're from Brazil as well?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first time that you talk to Jenny, right, Carina?
Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah. So I'm out of this universe, anime universe. I don't know much. I am at my friend's place right now, and they are the ones they are a couple, you know, and they are the ones that suggested me to check anime called Beast or something like that. And it's about a wolf. I don't know, a wolf that falls in love with bunny or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet. Do you think I should watch it, and why?
Do you know Zootopia?
Zootopia, one of my favorite movies, by the way.
Yeah, and you know Twilight with the vampire.
Twilight, like the vampire movie? Yes.
Yeah, I think Beastars it's a mix with Twilight and Zootopia.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
Which one? The anime Jenny was talking about?
No, that Jesus is talking about. It's Beastars. It's like a school with animals living together.
Yeah.
Like humans. Yeah. Like in Zootopia. Like in the movie Zootopia.
Yeah.
On Netflix there are lots of very good animes. I watched one about a girl who couldn't hear. I think it is the Voice of Silence. That is the name of the anime. It is an anime about bullying and prejudice against disabled people. It is really interesting, guys. I don't know if it's silent. Let me see here. It's silent. The Voice of Silence. The Voice of Silence. Sorry.
The Voice of Silence.
Yes, it's The Voice of Silence. That is on Netflix. It's really interesting.
I'm gonna
Just
check
a
it out.
suggestion.
Sorry, Karina, you there? Are you into animes?
Yes, I have seen a couple. I have watched Death Note, and others that are not as famous as this one. And a friend of mine recommended Parasite.
Can you hear me, guys?
Parasite, and also what is the name? Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, that one. But I actually, guys, I have to go because I have visitors and it's late here. Not too late, but it was so nice to see you all, and yeah, to see you all and hear you all, and I hope that you have a rest. Okay, wait. Take two, action. I hope that you have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Karina.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Karina.
Bye-bye.
Hamza, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Hello, guys.
Welcome.
Hi.
How are you today? I'm so sorry because I just got some problems on my phone. Yeah. That's
No
why I
problem.
can't participate with you. Right now, I can hear you good.
Yeah,
All right.
forward the link to everybody. So that's why we were in the middle of the meeting. So sorry if you couldn't join the meeting at first, at the beginning. Okay, kind of in the middle of the meeting.
I was listening. Listening to the story that Genie was telling us, and I didn't interrupt him because I like the way he speaks and he tells the story. And I didn't listen to him from the beginning, but I catch up a little bit at the end.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
Hamza, can you introduce yourself to them?
There are many voices in the background. What is that? It's kind of annoying.
I don't know if it's the TV or people talking.
It's
Isn't
Rafa.
Rafa.
Rafa, yeah.
Rafa.
Yeah, we got some friends there.
Portuguese with someone.
I think there is another voice. Someone speak.
There's no sound.
I guess he got visitors.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, just about a question, because I don't like.
Lisa, can you mute Rafa?
I guess it's away from now. For now.
You can mute Rafa would be
I
great.
think he doesn't know we can hear him.
He is not here, I
I
think.
think Giza can mute him
Yeah, just a minute.
as a host.
Can you mute him?
Sound of the TV.
And this is my first
Should
time
be turned off
to see how it is.
because they can't hear you guys.
Conversation here.
Just
Can you hear me?
go to participants. Participants.
All right.
Go to participants and you will find where you can mute him.
Let me type it up here.
All right.
Now he's being muted. I'm sorry.
I think it worked.
Can you hear me well? Yeah, right?
Well done.
So I'm out of this universe, anime universe. I take it as cartoons and for children, I know it's not.
Stop there. It's great.
But can you tell me the best thing about it? Why should I watch? Because I don't feel so excited about it. I don't know.
Come on. It was a werewolf that wanted to be wolf and a werewolf that wanted to be a human. And use whatever they want, whatever the hell they wanted. Jenny just told the story. It's fantastic. I'm crazy to watch it now.
But I don't know why. It doesn't. I don't know why. Actually, I don't know.
Lisa, I think that the best way for you to start with animes is to watch the Ghibli studio movies. which is a very famous studio from Japan, and the stories are really good. Like, I don't know the name of the movies in English, but there are lots of good movies from Ghibli Studio. I'm gonna give you the names later. They have all of them on Netflix. You know, not all of them, but most of them. They are classical animes from the 80s, and they are only movies. They are not like a series of episodes, you know. So if you want to get started in animes that are really good, try to watch the Ghibli Studio movies. Okay, my suggestion.
I know there are different types of animes, like for adults, for children, with different kind of topics too, right? And what's the difference between like animes and manga? Do you know the difference? Is it the same?
The anime is like what you watch, and the manga is like the comics.
Just the comics.
Yeah.
It's printed. It's on paper.
All right. Is it also for children? Is it also made for children? I mean,
depending on the genre. Yeah.
For children.
It is like you know, it's like comic books from the US. You know, you have the ones for adults, you have the ones for teenagers, you have the ones for children. But I think that mangas and animes, if you get some of them which are really good, you can see that they are really deep. You know, you can reflect upon some of the stories they tell. So you have to get one of those for you to get in the mood for animes. You know?
Okay, I'll try to check this one out. You can type it out for me, okay? Oh my God, it's so hot here. I'm gonna end the meeting. I can't stand the heat. So, but it's so hot here. I can't take it. Just a minute. We don't have time here. If you want to chat, have a conversation, okay? Like I can mute you.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's hot here. I can stand the heat, guys. So thanks for being here. I think we have reached like 1 hour meeting. Can I check this here? I'm not sure.
I guess it is. 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, to me it's enough because I don't know, I get easily distracted. But to me it is enough. Thanks for being here. We're gonna have another meeting Friday. Hopefully we're gonna have another one. Okay. And we also take other volunteers as hosts, you know. By Friday, Lucas was a host. So it was a very good conversation on typical dishes. The same thing that we have discussed here so far. And that's it. If you want to be a host, I think it would be really nice. Okay. One more thing I want to talk about here, just to finish the meeting. I think I have told you, but not anyone knows that. This thing that I'm doing here with you guys is actually based on a project called Catchy Accents that I'm going to be presenting on a event specially made for Brazilian teachers. Okay, I'm not sure if I am be presenting here in Belém. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I actually need to talk to a professor to be my, I don't know, guide or something, guidance or something.
Advisor.
Yeah, what I'm actually should be doing with this, because this is actually a space to interact, to shy away from, like not speaking English. It's like a strategy to make people speak, being comfortable with the language and stuff. So that's why I'm going to be presenting this project. And I feel very glad that you are a part of this project. Okay, we also have a YouTube channel. We kind of record some videos there, and we got a WhatsApp group too. Okay. If you want to team up with me, Brastiso, I take it too. Like, it's okay too. And thank you very much for being here. Hans, I'm so sorry that you have gotten here like quite late. But we're gonna have another meeting. Okay, are you there? He's out, he's left. Anyway, guys, I have just recorded this, and I'm gonna convert this and I will post the video on the YouTube channel that we have. Okay?
All right.
Bye-bye. I wish I could be more with you guys here. I am not at my place right now, and it's really hot. I can take it, so.
Jesus, I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
Thank you for the meeting. Your project is amazing. By far the best WhatsApp group and the best place for we to practice our English. That's it.
I agree.
It's a place where people speak so good that they can make you interested in a werewolf, about a girl that wants to be a human and a wolf that wants to be a wolf, and that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucas. Actually hard to do this, you know. I met a lot of people out of the internet. They were like recording videos to me. They trust me and stuff, so it's kind of hard. I've been talking to people, virtual friends, for quite a while now, and it's been hard, you know, to do that. So thank you very much.
Okay, to me, thank you so much, Giza, to give us this opportunity to talk. I really appreciate it because I consider this group is like a window where I can see other people from other culture, and also when can I practice my English, because I consider practicing is the king of learning English. The best way to learn is try to speak. You can learn many things, but you can forget it if you don't use it. And here, there is the opportunity to use it. Okay, thank you so much, guys, to having me here with you. And I hope I can be with you in the next Mary.
Thank you, guys. Just, I want to ask you something. Can you comment the videos that we post there?
Sure.
Please. We need comments. No, I like this project so much, and you know it's working well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you very much and bye bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Okay. Have a good one.